Hello everyone, my name is Fourie. I'm a musician from Cape Town, South Africa, and I'm back with another React. And today is kind of a special day. Yesterday was actually a special day. It was my dad's birthday, and I thought for today's reaction I want to do something for him, which is react to a song he wrote way back, like 2000, must have been 2007 or 2006. This was before I was even making music. And he recorded this song on a little Boss recorder. I think I have it here, actually. I'll show you. He recorded this song on this little device that he bought. Here it is. This little thing. It's basically like a 8-track, like a 6-track recorder, 2 stereo tracks, and then you can like multi-track things. There's little drum beats on there, and yeah. And he recorded this song, and I've always really loved this song. It's also one of the first songs I learned on the guitar when he taught me how to play guitar, because it's kind of like easy to play. Well, it's got like some basic chords in there, and yeah. So I wanted to react to this because a few years ago I also re-recorded or reimagined this song for my own stuff, and as like a birthday gift to him as well, just to kind of show my appreciation and my appreciation for his support of my music and my music career, since like he was the original like source of inspiration for me to make music, and he's always like fostered that side of me. And I think nowadays it's quite lucky if you have a parent who supports you in that way, you know. Both my parents have been very supportive of me in that sense, and I feel like it's finally paying off, you know. It was touch and go there for a while, but yeah. So I feel like for this song I need to give some context. This was kind of a song written as like a love letter to the Bushmen, who were the original inhabitants of southern Africa, and before it got like colonized by white people, basically. And yeah, it's a really good song, but it's also like really sad, because, you know, these people were so gentle and so peaceful, and then the white man came and claimed land that you know, like they had no way to defend themselves or to stand up for themselves. So basically they got either forced to join like the working ranks, or you know, they got wiped out, and it's really sad. So I'm not too like clued up on all the history, but I do know that there was a time where farmers could actually get like permits to hunt or to shoot bushmen that were on their land. And that's just crazy to think, like you could get a permit to shoot another human being. Like it's really crazy. So this song is a love letter, and I don't know if it's an apology. It's not like it's more like a love letter from the perspective of the Bushmen. So I'm gonna listen to my dad's version of this song first. It's called "Lost in Time," and it's a love letter. I've got the lyrics right here. I think it's beautifully written, and let's check it out. So this is literally my dad with this little 8-track recorder, and it sounds pretty good. It's definitely got a bit of a the first song he taught me was "Horse with No Name." Is it the band America? Is it America? Is that their name? It's got that vibe to it. So anyway, let's listen to this. It's not a bad drum sound for a little 8-track.
Such a lifetime ago, human life was so slow. He could roam this land so freely. He could hunt and survive. He was very alive. Yes, his life was so appealing. He's a man who was born in the desert. He was born to survive in the desert. Then they took him
dad loves harmonies.
I was born to survive in the desert. Then they took me away from the desert. But I want to go back to my desert. You brought out all disease, took away our peace, took our simple way of living. We were pushed far away, we have nowhere to stay, lost the essence of our being. We are men who are born in the desert. We were born to survive in the desert. Then they took us away from the desert. Yes, we want to go back to our desert.
Solo was mixed a bit softly in the A track. Embracing the lengthy guitar solo.
With the earth we're in touch, never asked very much, but you took away our culture. Like the jungle we steal, how does that make us feel? We are no more than the vulture. Give us back our desert. We belong and survive in our desert. We won't take very much from the desert. Simply live our ways in the desert.
Nice. Yeah, beautiful song. It's really like the lyrics are a little bit different. I think on here there's a few words. I think it's because I wrote this to my own version, and I must have just like misheard lyrics or wrote it differently, I guess. But yeah, all in all, I love this song. It's really special, especially having grown up. Like I grew up in Namibia. I guess I should have given this context a little bit earlier, but I grew up in Namibia on a farm, on a guest farm that my dad was running, and it was like on the Fish River Canyon. Namibia is just north of South Africa, and the Fish River Canyon is the biggest canyon in Africa, but it's the second biggest in the world, next to the Grand Canyon in the US. And we had like a guest lodge there, and like people from all over the world would come there, do hiking trips, stay there. And at the bottom of this canyon, at the riverbed, there was like these like blue rocks, and all over like there were these rock engravings that the Bushmen left there from like thousands of years ago. Like it's crazy how long ago there was life like blooming there, and so that song's really special because it's also I think for my dad, a lot of times he feels like that was probably maybe the happiest part of his life, when he was like free and in nature, you know, hunting to survive, and because we would have to like hunt meat, you know, go out hunting and shoot meat to have something to eat, and it was really like a special way of living, and it's a really special place, and I really want to go back there one day. But it's like when you're a kid and you're growing up in this environment, you don't really realize what you have until you leave it or till you're gone. And I think for him, it was definitely like the song. Yes, it's about the Bushmen, but I think it's also kind of a reflection of himself, like when he had to like leave that place and readapt to a new environment. And even for me, like having to leave, because I was homeschooled on this farm, and I think it was around grade 5, like the 5th grade, where I moved to like South Africa and went to school in a public school. So like that was for me also like had to readapt and figure out how to socialize with other human beings, which is maybe why I'm a little bit weird, but it's all good. It's all part of the character, you know. So I'm gonna listen to my version of this song. It's a little bit different. This was in the era where I basically just started singing, and I was exploring a lot with like synthesizers and plugins, and so there's like some synths in there. It's a bit more, I feel like my dad's version has got this very like 70s feel to it, where mine is definitely a bit more like maybe 80s inspired, so different eras, but let's listen to it. All right. It's a bit louder.
Was still slow, he could roam this land so freely. He could hunt and survive, he was very alive. Yes, his life was so appealing. He's a man who was born in the desert. He was born to survive in the desert. Took him away from his desert, and he wants to go back to his desert. Then the white man he came, shot out all of the game, and he put up all his fences. No more space to roam free, no more reason to be, as he took away my defenses. I'm a man who was born in the desert. I was born to survive in the desert. Then they took me away from my desert. Go back to my desert. You brought alcohol disease, took away our peace, took our simple way of living. We were pushed far away, we had nowhere to stay, lost the essence of our being. We are men who were born in the desert. Born to survive in the desert. Then they took us away deserts, and we want to go back to our deserts. Never asked very much, but you took away our culture. Like the jackal we steal, how does that make us feel? We are no more than the vulture. Give us back our desert. We will hunt and survive in our desert. We won't take very much from our desert. Simply live our ways in the desert.
Yeah, man. Damn. Whew. It's quite a long time ago as well. I haven't listened to this song in a while, actually. But yeah, it's powerful lyrics, man. And what I really like, there's like subtle things in these lyrics that make it really good. And it's like the little ways, because there is definitely a chorus, but it's the little ways that the chorus change perspective. So it starts off, such a long time ago, human life was still slow. He could roam this land so freely. He could hunt and survive. He was very alive. Yes, his life was so appealing. He's a man who was born in the desert. He was born to survive in the desert. Then they took him away from his desert, and he wants to go back to his desert. Did I spell desert right? I don't know. This might be dessert, which would be really funny. Sorry. But yeah, so this perspective is kind of like an outside perspective, right? Like it's someone observing. And then in the second verse, the perspective shifts to a point of view from the Bushman almost. Then the white man, he came, shot at all of the game, and he put up all of his fences. No more space to roam free, no more reason to be, as he took away my defenses. So now we've shifted from an outside point of view into the point of view of the Bushman. And I'm a man who was born in the desert. I was born to survive in the deserts. Then they took me away from my desert, and I want to go back to my desert. And then it shifts again to kind of a group perspective, you know, not just the individual, but group perspective. You brought alcohol, disease, took away our peace, took away our simple way of living. We were pushed far away. We had nowhere to stay, lost the essence of our being. We are men who were born in the desert. We are born to survive in the desert. Then they took us away from our desert, and we want to go back to our desert. And then there's the guitar solo, and it's just kind of like soaking in the landscape of what has just been discussed. And then we go into the last verse, which is almost the most sensitive, and it's the most sorry, there's people talking in the background, but I just ignore it. Yeah, it's with with this last verse, we really get a sense of the desperate plea of like I want to go back, and then the last chorus also shifts that perspective. So it goes, with the earth we're in touch, never asked very much, but you took away our culture. Like the jackal we steal, how does that make us feel? We are no more than the vulture. So it's really like look what you've done to us, just give us back our desert. We will hunt and survive in our desert. We won't take very much from our desert, simply live our ways in the desert. And or in our desert. I don't know. I think I might have written this wrong, but yeah, I feel like this is really like just such an impactful thing. You know, it's really sad. It's really sad that, but I feel like these lyrics really give a cool perspective on this whole thing, and I think it's really well written in that sense that it's there's a real desperation in this last verse and this last chorus of like wanting to go back to the source, wanting to go back to nature, and it doesn't even have to come from like the Bushman's perspective. Like it's like, I think it's almost like a plea to humanity, like let's get back to like a more natural way of living. You know, let's just like find a more natural way to live life and to live in balance with nature and not destroy and break down everything. So yeah, that's the song, guys. That's the song that my dad wrote. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, let me know what you think of it. I know it's kind of weird, like singing from like the perspective of a white person, but I do think it's important to be aware of like what was happening and to remember like where things came from and the struggles and the pains that some cultures had to take because of colonization and all these things. All right. Thank you so much, Dad, for writing this song and for letting me recreate it in my own way and sharing it with everyone. I hope you enjoyed this little reaction. And yeah, just thank you. Thank you for always supporting me in my music and in my career as a creative person. I know I'm always like, I took a bit of a different path than most people, but you know, you've always been very supportive, so thank you so much for that, and happy birthday. 67 years young. Yeah, and many more to go. All right, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you for the next reaction. Bye-bye.